Hello berries, and welcome to the complete guide of the twins. Now, the twins is a fascinating killer whom I have misjudged. I admit it, I have done them dirty, I have rated them quite atrociously on the last killer tier list. Now, I was a bit biased. I have seen the twins on the PTB and they performed terribly with all the bugs included back then. So I guess that a lot of people still remember that, and that's why nobody gives this killer the light of day. And that was what's so unfortunate about it. This killer is actually quite strong, and I'll admit that I misjudged this killer. Now, plenty of survivors don't really know all the nuances about this killer. That's why when they face the twins, they make quite a lot of mistakes. Same can be said about people who play the twins. They don't know all the aspects about this killer because they either did not read what this killer does, or they just, haven't experienced all of their aspects in a single game. Because this killer is quite complex, and it's gonna be difficult for me to explain verbally how this killer works, but I'll try my best. Now, without further ado, let's get over to the ability and attributes of the twins. Now, the power is called Blood Bond, and I think the best way to explain this power is to divide it into two parts. As you can see, there's the older sister Charlotte and the little brother Victor. Charlotte is a regular killer. All the attributes that are written here apply to her. She's a 115% speed killer, 32 meter tear radius, and she's tall. She breaks pallets, same speed. She vaults windows, regular speed. Nothing special. Imagine like a trapper with no traps, or Wraith that is not in his cloak. That's Charlotte. The only difference being that she sometimes gets killer instinct, and that is all thanks to Victor. We'll get to that in a little bit. Victor is not a killer. I repeat, nothing that Charlotte gets from being a regular killer is applied to Victor. Let's say Haunted Grounds triggered. Victor cannot insta-down anyone. Let's say you have Nurses Calling. Victor cannot see the auras of people that are healing. Victor is just an ability. That's the best way to look at him. When Charlotte unleashes Victor, the person who's playing the killer swaps consciousness to Victor. And what Victor does is essentially he cannot see scratch marks, but he can see blood marks highlighted, as if though he has like a built-in bloodhound. If you guys remember that perk from the Wraith. And Victor runs at a quite fast pace, and he can charge an ability called Pounce. When Victor pounces on an injured survivor, he downs them, which leaves them exposed for 5 seconds to getting kicked by a survivor. So be very mindful of who you attack and where when you play as Victor. Now, if you down someone injured and nobody kicked you in those 5 seconds, that's great. You can go on a semi-slugging fashion and just cause a lot of damage. Another thing you can do is to attack a healthy survivor. Attacking a healthy survivor will attach Victor to that healthy survivor, and the killer will go back to Charlotte. Now, while Victor is on top of a healthy survivor, what happens to that healthy survivor is the following. He gets injured, and so long as Victor is attached to that survivor will suffer from incapacitated status effect, the broken status effect, and the oblivious status effect. Also, when the killer regains consciousness to Charlotte, while Victor is attached to a survivor, you'll be able to see the aura of Victor like moving about. Like, you can see Victor's like white aura, so you know where that survivor is at all times. In addition to that, if the survivor is running near any of his teammates, you will see those survivors with killer instinct. Whether those survivors are working on gens, crawling on the ground, or running, you'll see them as Charlotte. The only way to avoid this as a survivor is to crouch. Yes, crouching does nullify the killer instinct aura reading abilities of the older sister, Charlotte. Now, if Victor is standing idle or is attached to a survivor, Charlotte can see any and all survivors near Victor with a killer instinct. Survivors know that Victor is around, idle, or attached to someone by a powerful whooshing sound. And that whooshing sound is nullified a little bit if you crouch as a survivor. People do not seem to acknowledge or even know this. This is why a lot of times you'll see me placing Victor in a very strategic spot, and then I'll chase a survivor down as Charlotte, and I'll run him into Victor. Then I swap over to Victor and attack them from an angle they did not expect. As an experienced survivor, you will hear the whooshing sound when you enter Victor's radius, and then you will immediately think, oh shit, the baby's somewhere around. There's a lot of nuances to this killer. Rather than explain it verbally, I'd rather just play it, and that'll clear up any and all misconfusions, misunderstandings you guys have. The 3 perks, let's admit it, they're not the best. If you're getting the twins, it's solely for the unique gameplay. Now, there's a Hoarder, which is the level 30 teachable. When the survivors interact with a chest or pick up an item, you will get like a bubble of where that survivor is at. You know, like infectious fright bubble. Not following aura. 64 meters away. Unfortunately, this perk is quite weak because, like I said, it's not a following aura. You'll just get the indication of where they were when they interacted with the thing. And also, it spawns 2 additional chests in the environment for survivors. I don't get that aspect. If you want more chests for the survivors, you could put a shiny coin or... Wait, they could put a shiny coin or a tarnished coin, and that's gonna help you. But I don't understand why benefit the survivors in general. If survivors have Plunderer's Instinct, that's just more potential to a key, so... I mean, you could combine this with Franklin's, and then it's gonna be like a nice little funny combo. But in general, I would not recommend this perk ever on anyone. Oppression is the only probable good perk on the twins. When you damage a generator, up to 3 other random generators also begin regressing. If any of these random generators are being worked on, any survivors that are repairing them will receive a difficult skill check, much like Overcharge. Oppression has a cooldown of 80 seconds on the 3rd level. Good perk, you can combine this with Eruption by Nemesis, you can combine this with Pop Goes the Weasel. Very good perk on Impossible Skill Check Doctor. It's like the bigger brother of Overcharge, to be honest. Because Overcharge, you kick a gen and the survivor expects the skill check immediately when they interact with the gen. Oppression comes at a surprise whenever you kick a gen randomly across the map. It's quite nice. Then you got Coup de Grace. Coup de Grace is a perk that tinkers with the killer's basic attack lunge. For each time a gen is completed, you gain a token of Coup de Grace. Each time you attack with a lunge, a token is consumed. So meaning you can attack from point blank and you can conserve a token. Now, when you lunge with your basic attack, a token is consumed and your basic attack lunge is increased by 60% worth of distance. So this is a meme perk. It's not a good one, but if you want to try this perk, try it out on a tier 3 Myers who has already a big lunge, so increasing it even farther can be quite nice. Wraith that uncloaks and can lunge quite far, can gain mileage out of Coup de Grace. Spirit that comes out of her hunting phase can utilize this perk rather well. But again, you get a token of lunge per gen complete. I don't think that's worth it. They could have done it per hook. That could have been nice, because you gotta make sure that hit counts. Like, that's why I think Myers is the best utilizer of it, because not only that his lunge is significantly bigger, it is also an insta-down. So I think he's the best user of this. So like that lunge does matter. I have not explained how you can avert Victor. Victor, like I said, he's not a killer. So like, you can vault a window as many times as you want without it blocking, though Victor is so fast that vaulting the same window several times is not the best way of handling him. You can also technically blind him, but again, he's too fast. You'll never catch him mid-animation to be able to blind him, so I don't even understand how that's feasibly possible. And I guess the best way of handling Victor is to try to destroy him. Either kick him when he's idle, kick him when he downs someone, or try to head-on stun him, or to drop a pallet on him. Each and every one of these solutions destroys him, and Victor spawns rather quickly on Charlotte. I see always survivors trying to desperately kick an idle Victor, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you kicking Victor like right in front of Charlotte's face? You do know that like Victor will grow back in her chest in a mere 6 seconds. 6 seconds, that's all it takes until she can unleash Victor once again. You should only kick Victor if he's far away from Charlotte, and if that's the smarter choice. Let's say your friend who's injured, yeah, and is in a bad spot. You don't want to kick a Victor who's close to you, because Victor will grow back in Charlotte's chest in 6 seconds, and then she can use it to down the survivors she's chasing. But let's say if Victor is, I don't know, placed in the killer shack, and there's a basement down there, and your friend is hooked in the basement, you gotta destroy Victor to go down there, otherwise Victor is gonna cause a lot of damage. What I'm saying is, know when to destroy him. Don't just kick Victor at every given opportunity you've got. Make your calculations correctly, because Victor comes back to Charlotte relatively quickly. It's not like when you stun Legion and Feral Frenzy, it takes him like a good 20 seconds till his power comes back. Or that you stun Plague and her 45 seconds of Black Vomit is gone. Victor comes back very quickly to Charlotte. You should only kick him because Victor might be standing in a critical position, and you are, or your team is in danger, so you have to get rid of him. Indeed, I also recorded a few matches which unfortunately got corrupted, and I can show you, where kicking Victor was a bad choice for the survivors, because he spawned back to me with Charlotte, and that was so much better for me. And I could just finish the chase instantly, so, you know. Alright, but enough of my rambling. Let's get straight to the beginner build for the twins. Alright, so this is the best build I can come up for the twins. A lot of the beginner perks of the base kit game fit this killer rather spectacularly, if that's even a word. Sloppy Butcher is an amazing slowdown perk, and since Victor cannot see scratch marks and only can see blood, Sloppy Butcher increases the hemorrhage status effect on survivors, so you'll be able to see their blood highlighted and in bigger pools, so finding survivors will be quite easy this way. And not just that, survivors won't heal as often with Sloppy Butcher because it'll consume a lot of their time, which will be their downfall. If you find a few survivors that are injured relatively close to each other, you will be able to slug with Victor, you will down 2 or 3 survivors in one go, and maybe even finish the game. This is possibly the best out of the 4 perks that I have here for the twins. Very potent, very powerful, and used quite a lot in red ranks. Brutal Strength, good perk. I know that Victor can overcome a lot of the pallets by pouncing above them, and with his speed he can overcome most jungle gyms. But I'm personally bringing Brutal Strength for maps like Gideon Meat Plant, for maps like Fractured Cowshed, where some pallets are just way too much, even for Victor to handle. Then I just clear them and give Victor a bit more open space to move towards the mid and late game. Spies from the Shadows is arguably one of the best O-rating perks for the beginner players. Sure, you can also use Whispers, but that's a bit more complex to use. And I think Spies from the Shadows will pinpoint you to more specific locations, and that's quite good, I think. Noed, yes, I know. It's a very contradictional perk, but I don't really feel bad about using it. If survivors will have keys, if they have toolbox with brand new parts, if they're gonna choose the map, Lord knows it could be Haddonfield sometimes, you will need a little bit of an extra edge. Besides, if you're playing with the base kit game, you won't have perks like Ruin, Pop Goes, or Corrupt, so don't feel ashamed of using everything you can get. In general, my two favorite add-ons are these two. I really don't feel like I need any more than the grey ones. The Tiny Fingernail allows Charlotte to release Victor from her body much faster. And this works very nicely, because the second you basic attack a survivor, it gains distance. But by removing Victor instantly from your body, you'll be able to chase them down and they won't get that much distance on you. And Toy Sword just requires you to charge your bar less time, which will allow you to almost instantly hit the survivor with your pounce. I think these add-ons are much stronger than what they don't deserve to be common add-ons, let's just say that. And I'm quite happy with where they are. So, without further ado, let's get straight to the beginner build game. People go out of their way to learn how to hack others' PCs, but they never actually try to learn and improve in the game, which is fun and easy. You just play it more. Why do you need to learn profound hacking and how to fuck other people's systems? Sorry about that. We got quite a terrible map, very big, very painful to be honest. Ooh. Nice. Interesting. Ooh, very good player. Very aware of my presence. Oh my god, that was painful. Ooh, I thought I could reach her. I thought my lunge is much more bigger than that. Nah, I can't seem to get her. She knows exactly when to loop, when to hold W. They are here for efficiency, baby. This is a good team right here. W, 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 W. Hey. I think I can get her here, actually. She's got nothing. Dead it? Dead it? Dead it? No, of course. No items. I know that for a fact. Dead hard was too obvious. If you constantly look back, people learn to expect that. 2 gens done. No gen protection. Quite expected. Immediate injury. Applying Sloppy Butcher. Victor can't attack during the stairs. Like, when you're walking up the stairs, don't jump with Victor. You're not going to succeed in doing so. Cheryl took the hit. Nice. Nancy didn't seem to know where I was. That hurt. Amazing movement by the Nancy. Everybody's injured. That's a lot of damage. Let's hook Nancy again. perfectly fine by me. I'll eat the DS and I'll keep tunneling her. No dead hard, no DS, and she's going to second hook because I want someone out of the game. Nice. Quite a bit of damage and a bit of information with Killer Instinct. That blip down there, that's the Nancy. And that's Cheryl next to her. She cannot pick her up. I'll keep the lot of them busy. Nice. That's good stuff. When Nancy gets off the hook, I'm gonna go after her again. I really don't care. You had your decisive strike. I took it like a big boy. And I'm gonna tunnel you. I'll take that hit. I'll take that. Nice. If you angle correctly, you are able to jump above pallets. Use that for your advantage. Let's pick this girl up and put her on the hook. She's probably 99th. Let's cause some damage. Nice. This girl is on death hook. No, not gonna do that. Nice. Nice. This girl's on death hook. I'm gonna take that. I'll take that. No, that hurt. Doesn't matter to me. There you go. That's absolutely working. I'm taking this girl out of the game. You should have sent Jeff. I'm surprised that Jeff wasn't the one that to come. Usually it's better to get a bit closer, but that's when they start wriggling. Now what? Dead it? Nope, doesn't matter. I don't mind playing dirty. That's why there's anti-tunneling perks, no? I ate that, yes, I don't mind. I just think with no gen regression, this is what I should strive to do. On a big map like this, yeah. Only a matter of time till I kill you. Well, yeah. Use Victor's speed, man. Use his speed. Now I'm gonna hold this as some sort of choke point. Jane's on the ground. Only the injured girl remains. Nice, I found Cheryl. That's perfect. GG, well played. So I know I was not really able to showcase all of the perks. But this is not a showcasing of the perks. This is a showcase of the twins. I did not need the Noid. Spies from the Shadows didn't come in handy this time. And, well, that's because they were always in my face. Survivors that are a bit more hidey and doing gens, yeah, those survivors are gonna need Spies from the Shadows against. In my previous recording, Spies from the Shadows was actually pretty useful. Sloppy was nice. It did its job. Brutal Strength, I didn't need it because I just overcame some of the pallets with Victor's speed. I just take Brutal Strength for the God pallets where Victor cannot approach from the opposite angle. Where did this Cheryl go, man? Does she have tenacity or something? There she is. I'm gonna bring Victor a bit closer. She definitely has tenacity and flip-flop. There's no way she crawled it over there that quickly. I'm gonna keep him here. I'm gonna pick her up. She's gonna stun me. Very expected. I knew it. That's why. That's why I have Victor over there. I called it. My lunge is bigger than her dead hard, so she found herself on the ground. That was a nice attempt by the Cheryl. I respect it. She probably didn't realize why I brought Victor closer. That's why. Unbelievable! She still got the hatch, yo! Unbelievable. How lucky can one girl be? Holy. Well, that kind of luck. Godspeed, man. Godspeed. Go right the hell ahead. Go right into the hatch, man. Good lord, man. I called her what she was doing. I called it out because I saw tenacity the first time I slugged her. And because she got to that pallet very quickly. I knew she has it. I needed to eventually pick her up somehow, so that's why I brought Victor, but yep. Hatch apparently spawned there. Funny game, no salt, because, well, they're console. But yeah, we did a pretty good job there. We played the twins as they should be. I was able to apply a lot of pressure, injure a lot of people, slug a lot of people. This is what the twins should be. Alright, you berries. Now, this time, we're going to try the advanced build for the twins. Now, to say that I know exactly what's the best perk for the twins, I do not. Now, this is the build that I use on them. You might want to swap up Brutal Strength for Sloppy. You might want to swap Corrupt for Ruin. Whatever works better for you. Corrupt is good to not lose gens early on, while Ruin is good to keep the 2 or 1 last gen towards the end of the game. If the map is relatively big. So, whatever works for you, everything's fine. You know, just the regular combo, you know. 2 gen protection perks, 1 information perk, and 1 perk of your choice. I usually prefer the chasing perks. I bring Brutal Strength just in case it's like an atrocious map like Gideon Meat Plant or Fractured Cowshed, where we all know the density of jungle gyms there is absolutely insane. So without further ado, let's get straight into this advanced build match. Like I said, the corn maps have some of the most abysmal RNG I've ever seen after the reworks. So, lucky for us, we took Brutal Strength. Some of these loops I'll be able to overcome as Victor. Others I'll be able to just, you know, go head into wall, as they say. He doesn't make that. The reason he was afraid to kick him is because even if you would kick him, I just would wake up his Charlotte and hit him. He actually committed. Good job, Ace. Very difficult killer to loop, I assure you. Nope. I jumped too far. She couldn't reach me in time. Ace is trying to make distance. Good on him. Nice, we got an injury and a down. These survivors have pretty confident movement. Let's kick this gen. Perfect. Spread the damage if you can. I'm gonna kill Ace. Ooh, very beautiful vault by Ace. Common mistake. Thing doesn't get that. I'm gonna cause quite a lot of damage on that thing. Interesting. I think I seem to have lost her. Like I said, Victor cannot see scratch marks. But Victor can see blood. It seems like I'm after Ace once again. Sorry, Ace. Nothing personal, but you're the only thing I can find right now. These people really need to take aggro. They're leaving Ace injured, unchecked. Nice. There's someone over there that I haven't seen them. And then I can attack Yui. Everybody's injured, and that's exactly what I aim to have. Sorry. Nothing personal. It just happened that way. Nice. I don't think I make it anywhere. I might make it to that hook, though. Very, very far, all the hooks here, mind you. Now everybody's injured because they were taking damage for Ace, and I can maybe wrap up the game if they're all close enough to each other. All good. I recall Victor. And now what? You faked the window. Good job. You bought yourself 2 seconds. There's no other pallet, there's no other window, there's nowhere to go. I could be very mean by putting her in the basement, which is a very, very powerful place for twins. I'll take any advantage I can get. I'm showcasing, after all, what twins are capable of. On the prowl. Nice. I got the Yui there. I've got the Fang here. I know where everybody's at. I knew she's gonna hurry up and lose her patience. Immediate vault. You see, this is what I don't like about this particular jungle gym. They don't have to think to make the right choice here. That was stupid. Yes, you pressed E. What an outplay. Interesting. Good vault into a god window. Now you understand why I bring brutal strength? Unfortunately, not enough. I see that. I see those scratch marks, and I can approach with Victor instead. God Bal destroyed. Don't believe I lose that much distance. Okay. What's up? Dead? Mm-hmm. To save the day. These girls realize how dangerous twins can be, so they heal up. I know that the Discordance proc there, but I want to kick this gen. Also has a lot of progress. They're probably gonna finish that gen by the time I get there, unfortunately. Not much I can do. I might be able to stop one of them with Victor. Nah. Fat chance. Now you can go after Yui. There's nothing for you here, girl. Okay. Very strong jungle gym. I don't believe she'll be able to do anything. She was able to slip by. Good job. There is someone there. You should have walked out of here when you had the chance. Stay in there. Yes? That's why I don't care about tunneling. Survivors will try to go for the save, but they'll also use their DS to protect themselves. Not on my watch. I'm gonna tunnel her off of her next hook because I can. Vault. Nice, good job. Good job, make distance. I'll take that. I'll take that. Thank you. I'll take that. Deja vu. Nope. Too late. Good survivors. Gotta admit. But I'm gonna tunnel you off next hook because you wasted your DS. Oh, she's already dead. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Still get hit. That looked like she tried a dead hard, but Victor's pounce is longer than a dead hard. So, you know. Feng is here. And GG will play. I have no idea why she continued working on the gen. GG will play. Sorry, the teabagging thing goes first. I don't mind teabagging, but teabagging is cocky. When you teabag, it's like an in-game way of saying, "I've got you, man. I've got you covered. I've got you figured out, man. There's no chance you can beat me." You'll be impressed. Come on, bounce off. Nope. Crying shame. Damn. Weird sound bug of some sort. That's why. The ace was of a lower rank. He was a bit oblivious about his poor guy. You never want to be alone, injured against twins. That's just crying out to Victor, "Hey, come here and kill me." Because you saw what happened there. I lost the Fang since Victor can't see scratch marks, but Victor can see blood highlighted, so unfortunately, 3 times in a row, I found ace. After her first hook, he stayed at the LNT, which is terribly unsafe. He camped the pallet. He made beginner-like mistakes. These guys were all prepared. See, they all brought decisive. For some reason, they brought self-care, although they are on comms. I don't get that. They chose the map. These guys were on a higher level, but Twins is a very strong killer. I have yet to lose a game as Twins. Isn't that crazy? I feel a bit bad for that ace, but at the same time, I mean, he had no DS, he had no BT, the person who saved him just left him there, so go figure. I think it's a survivor's responsibility, first of all, to save his teammate correctly, rather than to complain to the killer about tumbling and camping. Because in each and every one of these situations, Ace was not healed, Ace did not receive BT, Ace did not bring DS, there was nothing to protect him from me. 3 times in a row. So, yep. I think they should have had him a bit more covered, in my opinion, rather than just, you know, trying to go for flashlight saves or hook breaks that could fail. Like you saw with that Yui, she broke the hook. I just made it to another one. Well, that's it. That's the tutorial for Twins. These guys played well. They made a few good calls, like healing, because if there's a lot of injured people in the same location and you zone them correctly, you'll be able to pounce from one guy to another and have a semi-slug. They did not allow that to happen in this game. But like the base idea of twins is quite simple. You hit someone, then they'll be easier to track because you can see their blood highlighted with Victor. And all that distance they gain from the basic attack, they lose that distance very quickly when you unleash Victor and catch the gap with his insane speed. I could understand why Dowsy actually put this killer on tier A. I'm starting to understand, but I'm still thinking high B tier. She's not an A, but a very cool, very diverse killer. Like, give her a shot, guys, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I hope you do give the twins a chance, because they're truly a very fun killer. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.